Shocker! Influencers on X and social media and TikTok are getting paid to say stuff. Yeah, Taylor Lorenz. I don't know if you remember her. She is a bit of a wackadoodle. Again, she used to be I guess, the media reporter for the Washington Post. She was a super masker, stay home safer type person out there. But I gotta hand her, I like this piece that she did. But again, in other news, sky is blue, water is wet. She basically did a report, and she's a lefty, exposing how all of these top left wing influencers online and how they are paid to say stuff. They actually, before they post, they run their what they're going to post through various different channels, very progressive channels and people out there, and then they post stuff. And she was saying that they get paid upwards of $8,000 a month to spew nonsense. Shocker. So surprised at that. And again, she's went after the lefties out there. If you think it's any different on the right, you're crazy. Okay. And I'm here to tell you, people, um, this is how it's always been. Now, social media is obviously a completely new platform. And again, it's most certainly, if you, I talked about this, we did a podcast on television ratings and the demographics as far as who is listening and who is watching what. And you're close to 70 years old for cable TV, close to 70 years old. Obviously, social media is a much, much younger demographic, and it's one that they want to reach out to. That's the sweet spot. Um, but as far as paying people to say stuff, I'm going to tell you a story. I'm trying to go back. This is over 10 years ago, maybe 15 years ago. Can't remember exactly. I get invited on Fox News. I get invited on Fox News to talk about Social Security, something that we've talked about at great length here. I've been warning people about for over 30 years, the demise of Social Security, everything that goes along with it. And my debating partner on the program was going to be Bob Beckel, the late Bob Beckel. You may remember him. He was a bit of a flamethrower, funny guy, left winger, Fox News. He was on call. It's almost you think about it, remember like the days when doctors used to carry beepers around. They're on call. You've got various different paid contributors in the news, most certainly in cable news. And they need somebody to debate someone on their program, and they need to have the opposite side of the argument. They call up one of their paid contributors and say, you need to discuss this. So I'm in the green room at Fox News. In the green room at Fox News, I remember I met Suzanne Summers that day. Anyway, neither here nor there. I'm sitting down with Bob Beckel, and I get introduced to him. I'm going to go on with him. And he basically admits to me, I don't really know anything about Social Security. Can you explain it to me? And I'm like, what? He says, I really don't understand how it works or anything like that. And I start trying to explain to him my philosophy, and he got bored. What was that? He got bored of what I was telling you. All he wanted to talk about, I'll never forget this. He had just gotten Keith Richards' new book, and all he wanted to talk about was Keith Richards' book that he was reading at that point in time. And I'm just kind of nod my head. But there's another part too as well. I forget whose show was I going on at the time. It wasn't. He's no longer at the network. I think he's on Newsmax or something like that. Anyway, Megyn Kelly was recording her program. She was on Fox at that time, and she had two people that were coming on to do a debate. And in the green room, before they were going on, they were actually working out their debate. It was two lawyers. And it reminded me of that movie, The Wrestler, with Mickey Rourke there. Great movie. Mickey Rourke, Marissa Tomei's in that movie. And there was a scene in the movie where the wrestlers were working out how their fight was going to go on in the ring. And that's basically what they were doing before they went on. And I just kind of, shook my head to this nonsense. But anyway, that's always been the case with media. It's crafted. There's narratives. They're trying to get ratings. This is one of the things that we've warned you on. People ask me, "Oh, Chris, we haven't seen you. Haven't seen you on Fox in a while." Well, again, they didn't like the fact. They didn't like the fact. Fox wasn't thrilled with the fact that I criticized Trump. Fact. They don't like the fact that I criticize Trump. And, especially in Fox Business, they've got a couple new people. And let me tell you something, Maria Bartiromo, she doesn't do any of the booking. This is all their producers. It's all crafted, for crying out loud. I watched this new guy that's on there. He's some fish bank. I saw him the other day, and he's all over social media. They got him as a financial expert. All he does is just praise every single thing that Trump does. And I looked up what he does and how much money he manages, and I laughed. He basically, I mean, talk about small potatoes, for crying out loud. Anyway, whatever. It is what it is. But he plays ball. I don't play ball. I made this perfectly clear here on the program. We are equal opportunity bashers here on the program. Yeah, could I be getting paid to have an opinion? Absolutely. Will I ever do anything like that? No, no. Again, I don't get that. I don't understand how someone could, again, I guess you got to feed your family. But what does that make you? What does that make you as an individual that you'd be willing to, in essence, I guess, prostitute yourself? Go on a program and just BS because you're getting paid to BS, and you're going to sign your name to that because you're going to collect the check. Again, I could never stomach anything like that and would never do anything like that. But again, great piece by Taylor Lorenz, kind of exposing the left, but it's both sides. Wouldn't it be nice? Wouldn't it be nice if we had a news network out there where you didn't have to pick a side. It's not a team sport where you actually had a debate in a Socratic fashion. Wow, how about that? Novel concept. Maybe we should get back to that. Watchdog on wallstreet.com.